Italian derby. The what they call the derby again?
The Derby Della Madonnina.
There, you say, all right, people. That's
And this is a big game, big game. You know, remember growing up in Jamaica, we used to watch the Italian League on Gold TV. Remember those days?
yeah.
You know, and look, man, me and Bailey, man. You know, he's been going through a lot. You know, with the Jamaican media, the Jamaican YouTubers like us. You know, we
to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, man, to the south, to the Gulf Coast.
All of the superstars them are gonna Saudi. I mean, the bag.
Yeah.
Neymar debut and assist and a 6-1 win for his new team. Welcome back, people. It's your boy Della. Welcome back. We got a brand new show today. This is a different show, people, from what I normally put out. This is gonna be a podcast where me and my friend, a guest that I have, we're gonna talk about the leagues around the world. You know, the Italian league, the Spanish league, and the German league, and the Saudi Pro League, and we just discuss about any little top stories that pops up in the football industry. And this is the extra time talk, a little podcast. Me and my boy, we come up together, So yeah, people, we're gonna have my guest. That's Nikada Media House. You can go check out his channel, Nikada Media House. Link is in the description. And show some love over there. We do the same thing as a family thing, brother thing,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Man. What the people and support the Extra Time podcast, man. I don't know, we give every little details, I think, outside our Premier League around the world. We touch even the Saudi Arabia. But we have to go pick a Saudi Arabia team, Yeah, man, you have to go pick a Saudi Arabia team, man.
I feel like we are going to support Kante team because Kante is my baller,
Yeah, you have to go. That's our cat with Benzema.
Yeah, with Benzema.
Yeah, man, you have to go pick a Saudi. Al Nassr, I bring to Ronaldo still.
Ronaldo?
Man, yeah. But, I hope the people, man, support, Extra Time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Like and share and subscribe, man.
Show your opinion. Give us your thoughts and whatever we discuss about. But people, we're gonna get right into it. So first we're gonna start off with the big derby in Italian derby. What they call the derby again?
The Derby Della Madonnina.
Derby, you say, all right, people. That's why I'm have my guest for back me up on the, because him have a look a bit. Him know the game, so
Derby Della Madonnina.
So Inter, they won that game 5-1.
Yeah.
They won that game 5-1. That was a. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, man. Watch it, man. Tell them watch that game. Right up. I think the Newcastle and Brentford game was on, and I said, no, I'm not watching that game. Because that game was so bored, man. But look, man, this is a big game, big game. Remember growing up in Jamaica, we used to watch the Italian League on Gold TV. Remember those days?
Yeah.
When Zlatan was there and, Jose Mourinho was, it was Inter Milan. Serie A was one of the biggest league in the world. I have so many great strikers, defenders, and during that time, in South Italy, won that 2006 World Cup, a lot of great players. But yeah, man, I watched that game and I was like, whoa, AC Milan made a whole lot of mistakes in that game. Inter Milan is one of the best team in Italian league that would hit you on the counter attack, and they just played wide open football. You understand? And as soon as Inter attacked, they scored. But coming in this game though, Inter have concede no goals.
Yeah, they only conceded one goal so far.
One goal and it's goal that Rafael Leo scored. And in
Yeah,
that game, that's the only game they can only goal
very
they
good,
concede.
very good defensively.
Yeah, man, very good, Bastoni and the man, but
Ah,
the game though, Christian Pulisic, man, the American, his first big derby, he was last. He was confused.
really?
Christian. Yeah, man,
Didn't
Christian Pulisic,
didn't turn
he
up.
was confused. They took him off, man. I think 5 minutes in the second half, 10 minutes in the second half. But Inter, man, Inter wipe the floor. Latour Martinez, he was very good in that game. He was playing like a number 10. The guy that they signed, Turam, he was excellent. That one, you need to check out that goal that he scored, cutting in
Yeah,
on his right foot. That's a wonder strike. Mayagang he couldn't stop that ball, but Inzaghi's doing great things, man, with this team.
this their five in a row, right?
Yeah,
Five.
yeah, five in a row. Five in
Okay.
like in this derby, yeah, five in a row in this derby. This is the first time a team have scored 5 goals in this derby. This is the first time in history. So a whole lot of stuff, and they beaten Inter Milan. They beat AC Milan 3 times or 4 times in this year. They played like
Yeah,
5 times already in this year. Remember they played in the Champions League
yeah,
semi-final, and they played in a Super Cup, so and they have beaten AC Milan in all games, so
all the
you could
time.
see
So they
that.
have been Inter have been
Huh?
very
Yeah,
dominant over all of those games.
yeah, they're very dominant in those games, man.
All right, so that's the big derby in the Italian league over the weekend. We're gonna move on to another big giant, the old lady, Juventus.
Yeah.
They play against Lazio. I was watching that game a little bit. I saw the goals in that game a little bit. What what was your did you watch that game? What was your thoughts on that game?
I saw most of it were highlights, but I saw the last 20 minutes of that game. I think in that what I saw on the highlights, Juventus were really excellent in the first 45 minutes as they were playing high intensity game. It's crazy how you see Allegri is playing McKennie wide right as a right winger. I never seen that one coming. But the old ladies, they were dominant in the midfield, could show that they have a touch of more class than Lazio team. But Lazio team is really good. Remember that Luis Alberto, the ex-Liverpool player, this is his second goals on the bounce. But the old ladies, they have too much on the day for Lazio, and Vlahovic and Chiesa, they just can't stop score, man. Vlahovic was 4 from 4, Chiesa 3 from 4, 7 goals already for both strikers for the old ladies. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Brahma, mistake lead to the Luis Alberto goal. What do you think about was
Oh
that
yeah.
mistake?
The Burma, I don't know. It's like Chesney play out the ball to the wide right centre back. Bremen, he was trying to play back the ball inside, to Miretti, the midfielder, and they I pressed them and they won the ball, and it was a beautiful strike from Luis Alberto.
Do you rate Brahma that much? For because I know he
No, I
played for
don't.
Brazil.
He's very awful. He's awful.
He's awful.
He's
Oh,
like David Luiz 2.0.
really?
Mistake. Yeah, I always have a mistake in him.
Hmm. Lazio. They didn't really have a good game. They scored one goal in the game, but they finished second last season. Like, what's your expectation for them this season?
Last year, last season, man, that Scudetto race, man. Even though they finished like I think over 15 points behind the winners, Napoli, but they were excellent. But they were the surprising team that finished second. No one is expecting Lazio to finish second. But they have a really good team. They signed a Japanese midfielder Kamada from the Bundesliga. They have
Brilliant play.
Chiro. Yeah, they have Chiro Immobile. So you have Pedro. They have a very good team.
Yeah, I like how Sorry played. I like his the way he wants to play football. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Italian league suiting that type of slow
Yeah,
tempo.
yeah. And Juventus. Do you think they're back to the best? They won nine years nine Scudetto in 9 years. Do you think they could able to get back
Uh,
to their best?
there's so many there's so many conflicts around that club right now. You saw what's going on with Paul Pogba,
Yeah,
with the testosterones, But I think they're in a transition period right now, but they still have good players. They have a very good center half. I think they bought him from, I don't remember the club his name is Gatti. He's really good. They're trying to mix it up right now as they have Chiesa, Vlahovic, this young kid, Miretti. They signed Timo Weah from Lille in the French league. So they're trying to go off younger players, trying to rebuild. As you know, Danilo, the Brazilian, is a captain. When there is an international player in Juventus as a captain, that says a lot. There's less Italian in this team.
yeah. It's, maybe something a little bit different from what they're used to.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
trying something different. A lot of international players in Juventus team right now.
so we as we said, we've been watching Italian leagues all these years, and they I think they haven't won a Champions League. Italian team haven't won a Champions League since what, Inter Milan, right? Um,
Yeah,
uh,
2010 when they beat Bayern Munich.
yeah, Bayern Munich. So,
Yeah,
the the Serie A is back to their best, or you still think they're still behind
I,
the La Liga, the Premier League? You know,
I
you think they're
still
back to their best?
I still feel like they behind the Premier League, La Liga. Um, I would say the Bundesliga is just Bayern Munich over there, man. Just winning what 11, 12 in a row right now for But I feel like that's the third best league in the world right now. The
Yeah,
the Italian Serie A, as you can see, like over the last 3 years, there's three different winners. Inter broke that Juventus spell. AC Milan won it, and then no Napoli, their first ever since Diego Armando Maradona. So you could see, yeah, they're back at their best. As you could see, the top four race, it was heated last season. In Italian Serie A, and it started out
yeah,
now. Inter Milan 5 from 5. Napoli little bit out start slow the blacks, but Juventus only drew one game, and I think that was against Bologna.
yeah. So, the Italian league is getting back
Yeah,
competitive.
yeah,
And
yeah, much competitive. Yeah, more
Napoli,
competitive.
you say Napoli, they drew that game, but they came back from 2-0 down. You didn't watch that game. Did you saw
No,
that game?
I was watching Kazi. Yesterday it was a triple header on Paramount. So they have that Juventus game, the Milan derby, and then the Napoli game. I was watching that game. Politano scored a brilliant goal, but Genoa did surprise me a lot. Genoa, they've been struggling. They just got promoted back into the top flight. So they played excellent on that day, but in Napoli, show their class, their talent, and they rally their way back to try the game. Luckily, they could have won the game, but Osimhen just didn't finish that ball.
Yeah. All right. So that's for the Italian league, and we're gonna move on to another specific topic we want to talk about. We're gonna bring it to the MLS. The MLS
Yeah,
people.
man. Yeah, man. The
That's where
MLS.
that's where we at in America. So
Yeah,
we're
man.
gonna show a little love to MLS,
And
to the
when
MLS.
um and when the Jamaican Premier League start, we're going to
We're
touch.
gonna show some love
Yeah,
to
man.
the Jamaican Premier League. I don't know, so New
Um,
York FC, and you have something? You have something to
yeah, I
say?
have something to say. The Jamaican Premier League, last season they brought a brand new feature to the league where Waterhouse and Anet got to play the Bomel Classico. Arnett Garden won that game. In the complex, and next month, October, they will have another Boom El Clasico to start the season. It's like something like the Super El Clasico in Spain. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think October the 18th, something like that. But we're gonna feature it on the show, the Boom El Clasico.
People, don't forget subscribe to Nika the Media House. All the Jamaican content. If you want to
Yeah,
keep up
man.
with the Jamaican content, you need to subscribe. He
Yeah, man.
covered the women's team, the men's team, all the Jamaican players are around the world. And now he's saying that we will be covering the Jamaican National League. So
Yeah,
don't forget to subscribe. But we're
yeah,
gonna move on to another section. We want to
yeah,
talk
man.
about the MLS. New York's New York FC versus the Red Bull. Um, what do you make about that game? What do
You
you make? Is
know,
that's a derby, right?
yeah, the Hudson River Derby.
Austin River derby.
The Hudson River part of New York and New Jersey. But
Yeah,
that derby, it's in our backyard. You used to live in Jersey, and when we used to live together in the Bronx, it's just a stone's throw away from the Yankee Stadium where that game played. Yesterday, we used to go to games together. But the Hudson River, this derby is really close to my heart, but since the last couple of years, it's been off a little bit. There's not much quality between two teams, as these two teams are really struggling in the MLS. But yesterday game, and it was bored in a bit, but at the back end it was really excited. But one thing though with the Hudson Derby, it was physical. They were fighting out there. You could see the Derby spirit in both teams.
yeah,
But I think they New York Red Bull, I think they got the best chance of the game. Fernandez,
yeah.
got that best chance of the game to score, but
This
the keeper saved it.
this is the first draw in this derby. All these years, this is the
Yeah,
first
all
draw.
these years, this is the first 0-0 job.
That's a weird stats.
Yeah, this is the first 0-0 job from way back, 2014, 2015.
Yeah. New York City. They 12 points off they no they 12th position in the league, but they're 4 points off the player spot. Do you think they have enough to make the player spot?
They only had 5 games left.
5 games.
Yeah, and guess who? Guess which team is in that eighth position? DC United, Wayne Rooney. He's
Mm,
yeah. I don't feel like New York going to make the playoff. I think 4 points is way too much. The MLS. 4 points is a lot. Teams don't really drop points that much. It's same
yeah,
thing for the Red Bull. I think both New York teams, going to miss the playoff for the first time since 2014, since the New York FC team, was established in the MLS. So I think none of them going to make the playoff, man.
yeah. And so we're gonna move on from the New York teams. We're gonna go all the way to the West Coast to
Yeah, man.
The El Chafica, LAFC against the LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy, that's one of my favorite team in the MLS. What do you watch that game? What do you made of that game? That game end 4-2. Did
Yeah,
you
I didn't watch that game, man. I watched the full extent highlights. What I saw in that game, the LAFC was pretty much dominant team. Carlos Vela, was orchestrating everything what they did on yesterday night. But the quality, man, in LAFC, it's not the same quality as previously. Remember when Zlatan was playing in the El Trafico, man,
yeah,
when he debuted that wonderful goal. I think MLS on a whole, the quality kind of drop off a little bit. I don't know what's the cause for that. I think they playing more homegrown players than going out to get, bigger designated players. But LA Galaxy is struggling. Injuries, 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 man.
yeah. I think since LAFC came in, I think they're starting to that little shift start to
Yeah,
shift to them that they're the one that taking over the city a little
yeah,
bit. But That's it for the big top teams, the big top games over the weekend. In the MLS, people, we have a different section to the Mexican League. I forget the Mexican League. I love, shout out, all of the Mexican them. But there was a big classic game over the weekend. Club America versus Chivas. Club America won that game 4-0. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, man. Watch that game. That game finished 1 a.m. Sunday morning, man. But it was an overwhelming game, man. It was a pretty decent game. As even when Chivas went 4-0 down, they still attacking. The Mexican the league, they don't play no handbrake. They just go up and down.
It's
they,
so
they they just go up and down,
fast.
man.
Very excited.
Yeah, it's very excited that Jonathan Dos Santos, one of the brother for the Dos Santos brothers, he's still playing. They still have a few good pieces. His name Quintero, Colombian, a couple Mexican player on the team. But the Chivas Guadalajara, it's not a joke team. They still have Mexican international, Alvarado, Vega, Marin, Gutierrez. They still Sanchez. They still have good players. Even the keeper, Jimenez,
Just a
veteran
bad
keeper.
day at the office today.
It's just
Just
yeah,
a
it's
bad
just
day
a
there. A
bad
bad
day
day at the office.
at the Azteca. Yeah, man, it's just a bad day.
So we're gonna move all the way to Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
man, to the south,
Can't
to
forget,
the
can't
Gulf
forget
Coast.
all of the superstar them are gone to Saudi. I mean the bag.
Yeah.
Neymar. Neymar debut and assist and a 6-1 win for his new team.
Yeah, man. That team is really good. Al Hilal, as they have Neymar, they have Malcolm, they have that Sevilla keeper for Morocco, Bono.
Oh no. They
Yeah,
got I think they got Koulibaly too, right?
they have Koulibaly too. They have Milinkovic Savic from Lazio.
Yeah.
And Mitrovic. They they
Hmm.
have Mitrovic as a striker.
Yeah.
Mitrovic scored, so it was a 6-1. Al Hilal is leading the league right now. But I'm gonna give these people a quick roundups. Of the Saudi Pro League. Al Nassr beat Al Raid yesterday. Cristiano Ronaldo and Sadio Mane. And
So 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 that people can understand, just tell them the top player that we are playing on those team, this is the team that winning and so they can cause
so,
most of the team them kinda most people not gonna really know the team. Say yo, Cristiano Ronaldo team won this game against,
all right,
etc.
yeah. So Al Nassr, they beat Al Raid. That's Al Nassr is Cristiano Ronaldo team with Mane, the top three player Mane, Talisca the Brazilian, and Ronaldo. They won 3-1. This is the fifth or sixth game on the bounce. Ronaldo and Mane been scoring. Talisca just came off the injured list. Al Hilal, they had red at farm. As you know, Neymar just joined that team. They have Malcolm, Mitrovic, Milinkovic, Savic, they have Koulibaly, they have Bono. It's a very good team, and they are leading the league right now. Tell you a bit. Um, they played 6-1-5, lose one. But they won their last 5 games. They lost their first game of the season. Obviously certain players weren't in the squad at that time. I'm going to move on to Al Ittihad. That's a team that Big Benzema play for. They're doing
Conte.
really good with Kante, yeah. Al Ittihad, they won 1-0. They played this league, they start the weekend and from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They have 4 match days.
Really?
Yeah, 4 match days, man.
How many teams in that league?
18. It's like the
18.
Bundesliga. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 18
And
teams.
people look, have to shout out, to Al Itifak. That's the team Stevie Gerrard is coaching. We have a reggae boy played for that team, Demari Gray.
The Reggae Boys.
Reggae boy, he assists 2 goals on his debut. They beat Abha. These teams have some weird names, man. These teams have their some weird names, but yeah, Al Ittifaq, coached by Steven Gerrard, they have players like, Dembele, Jordan Henderson, Gigi Wijnaldum. They have. You remember Jack Hendricks used to play for Celtic? That's Scottish. I think
Yeah.
yeah, he's over there too. So it's a pretty good league, man.
So people, we're gonna move on to the regular boys. We're gonna have always at the almost end of the show, we're gonna always have a section where we talk about our
Yeah,
regular boys, how they doing at their club, if they perform, if they score, we're gonna, show them some love, They said as you said that Neymar great. He have two
yeah.
assists in his debut game and
Well, Al Ittifaq.
yeah. And then Leon Bailey, he score as well. Leon Bailey.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
4 and 5
Yeah,
goal for Leon Bailey, you know.
and Boza make his debut in the French League. They lost 1-0 to Nantes. But that game, Boza came on in the 63rd minute in that
Yeah,
game, and he won a penalty in the 92nd minute,
yeah.
and they missed the penalty.
They missed?
Not
Come
not
on.
not Boza, but the
No,
player
no,
missed
no,
the
no. I know not him,
yeah, the
but
player the player missed the penalty. But look, everywhere Damari Gray go, he will show his class. You saw him when he came in for the Reggae Boys in the Gold Cup versus America. He came in, he showed his class. Damari Gray is a class player, man, and he's just going to do really well in the Saudi Pro League this season. But look,
yeah,
man, Ryan Bailey, man, he's been going through a lot, with the Jamaican media, Jamaican YouTubers like us. We knew, what he's doing after field issues. No, we're not going to really highlight stuff like that, but I hope the baller can change his attitude, whenever he put on, the black, green, and gold as, the black, green, and gold should be a space where you come and just play your heart, you work your socks off, you come to support and you come to represent the Jamaican people and locally and abroad in the diaspora. But look, man, Leon Bailey is a quality player. Remember, we played against Leon Bailey for so many years. He was our rival, growing up when we were playing for youth teams in Jamaica. We know the quality that Leon Bailey have. So when we see Leon Bailey not playing good, we knew that he can do greater things like what he used to do, in Belgium, in Germany. So,
yeah,
you just need to get his act together. Hope Unai Emery can get the best out of him. Hope Coach Aimir Algrim, the Icelandic coach for the Reggae Boys, can get the best out of him. I just
yeah.
want him to just work hard and just represent his country proud, man.
All right then. You hear that, Bailey? We're here to support you. We're not here to bring you down, support you. But people, that's the end of the podcast, You don't know the extra time. You
Yeah.
get me? People, don't forget subscribe, like,
Yeah, man.
show
Subscribe to
some love.
subscribe to both channels, man.
Subscribe to both channels. Go over Media House. The link will be in the description.
Yeah, man.
Follow me on Instagram. The CM name Nikada Media
Yeah,
House
yeah, man.
Daniel Football Show. You get me? I'm out. The people. I just say it stop.
Yeah, man. Bless up, people. Yeah, man.